Here's the scoop. Trump's critics are using one of his own Supreme Court picks, Neil Gorsuch, to try and keep him off the 2024 ballot. The legal fight over whether Trump can run again is likely heading to the Supreme Court, and Gorsuch is getting a lot of attention. Shenna Bellows, the Secretary of State for Maine, and a Democrat, used Gorsuch's words to back up her decision that Trump can't be on the ballot in her state because of his involvement in the January 6, 2021, attack on the Capitol. The Colorado Supreme Court did the same thing earlier this month. The critics are focusing on an opinion Gorsuch wrote back in 2012, before Trump appointed him to the Supreme Court. The case was about a presidential candidate who was removed from Colorado's ballot because he wasn't a natural-born citizen, as required by the Constitution. Gorsuch's opinion basically said that states have the power to decide if a candidate is eligible for office and can remove them from the ballot if they don't meet the requirements. This is the same argument being used in the legal fight over Trump's eligibility. Both Colorado's top court and Maine's Secretary of State have ruled that Trump can't serve because of a provision in the 14th Amendment that stops people who took an oath to uphold the Constitution and then took part in an insurrection from serving again. But they've put their decisions on hold until the courts can review them. For example, in Colorado, the state court said election officials should act as if Trump's name will be on the ballot until the Supreme Court makes a decision. Trump's supporters argue that deciding if a candidate took part in an insurrection is more complicated than checking if they're a natural-born citizen or old enough to be president. They think Congress should make that call, not election officials or state courts. The Colorado Republican Party has asked the Supreme Court to review the case quickly. Trump is expected to do the same soon. If the Supreme Court agrees to hear the case, it could end up deciding a bunch of similar lawsuits across the country. Trump appointed 3 of the current 9 justices: Gorsuch, Brett Kavanaugh and Amy Coney Barrett. But his track record with the High Court since leaving office has been hit or miss. Last year, for example, the Supreme Court wouldn't hear Trump's appeal of a decision that let Congress review White House records related to the January 6 riot. Just last week, though, the justices sided with Trump and wouldn't let special counsel Jack Smith skip over an appeals court decision on whether Trump can claim immunity from criminal charges related to his alleged interference in the 2020 election.